Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today's video, we are talking putters. Head pro Harry here at Churston Golf Club is a Ping stockist in the pro shop, and he's got something quite exciting that he wants to share with us.
So Dan, what I've got is something a bit special, okay? So I've ordered for myself, okay, the new Ping PLD DS72 SE putter, okay? This one's a limited edition, okay, for obviously Viktor Hovland. I'm a big fan of him and how he plays the game of golf. And I just thought it's a putter, it looks amazing to look at. It's got quite a unique finish to it. And I just wanted to order one and see what it looked like.
Now, you're a massive Ping fan. I mean,
yes.
I think anybody at Churston Golf Club is a massive Ping fan because Ping's been here for years.
It has, yeah.
And Ping, to be fair, have been probably one of the number one putter companies in the world for many, many years. But do you feel, as a Ping stockist, that possibly they've maybe dropped the ball over the year, within the last few years, should we say?
The last few years, yeah, maybe. There's certain other brands out there that have obviously upped their game. And I feel like Ping may have dropped a little bit. Okay. But especially in something like this, their special limited edition sort of releases. You've got
to get this right.
They've got to get it right, and I just feel like there's a few aspects that they need to have a little look at.
Okay, well, let's have a little look under the hood of what he's got here. I mean, the head cover itself
is pretty special.
Is absolutely stunning, isn't it? Is that the actual head cover that he uses himself?
It isn't.
It's not. Okay.
So he uses I believe it's sort of like a Viking designed sort of head cover.
Being Norwegian, he's going to be
that's
that,
right.
Isn't he?
So
okay.
it's slightly different to that one.
Oh, it's pretty special, isn't it?
Okay, so like I said, it's got a lovely finish to it. It's the patina finish, wow, yeah. Which is like a coppered finish to the putter, which obviously looks amazing. It looks pretty cool. Yeah. And also it's got that slight alignment line on the top rail. Yeah. Which sits off quite nicely against that sort of brown copper finish. Yeah. Going around to the face of the putter, you've got a slight milling. Very slight. It's not like a deep milling like the other DS72s they brought out in the PLD range. Now, for those of you who are not 100% sure, let's say what milling kind of does, it's a huge part of a putter when it comes to like the acoustics. So you're going to get a softer or a firmer feel, and they can move the depth around of the milling to kind of change that up. Yeah. And so that's why you find lots of kind of milling, certainly on putters. Scotty putters over the years have had different millings. Ping putters over the years have had actually more of a sort of flatter face, haven't they? They've gone for the milling effect. Yeah. So when it comes to Hovland, he probably wanted a certain feel off the face, which is why they kind of moved to maybe more of a milling effect on this one. Okay, going to the sole of the putter, it's very sort of minimalistic. Okay, you've obviously got the DS72 there, but also with this version, they've actually added in the Hovland Edition USA to it. Nice. Okay. Nice touch. Okay, there's a few points that I think Ping itself could have improved on. Okay. Okay, so because this is a Hovland Special Edition, okay, I would have liked to seen the putter a little bit closer to what he actually uses. Compared to his putter, the face doesn't have an actual milling all the way across. Okay, so it will have almost like a square block within the middle of the face, which is only milled, and then obviously the toe and heel isn't milled at all. Interestingly, when you talk about that milling just in the center point there, this could be, for Hovland, this could be a visual thing, because throughout his sort of college days and amateur days before he turned into the pro ranks, he used putters very similar to this sort of style, but the difference was that he used to have inserts. There was a lot more, he had inserts on his putters. Yes. He didn't have like a milled face, let's say. It was a slightly different, obviously maybe a different brand completely, I don't know. Yeah, I believe so. So from a visual point of view, he got used to probably seeing an insert, which is probably why they kind of focused on him having more of a square mill 100%. There. I'm not saying that's absolutely spot on, but makes more sense that that would be the case. Could also get him sort of focused on a strike point as well. Absolutely. So you feel that point number one, they've missed a trick
by not having that same square milling on the face.
Correct.
To help with alignment, to actually be more Hovland.
100%. Okay, looking from sort of the address position down by the ball, you can see they've just added in a sort of line on the top bar.
Yeah.
Okay, and with actual Hovland's version of putter, that line extends right to the back of the putter. Okay. So he's saying himself, obviously, that white line going right through to the back of the putter helps him with alignment. And like you say, I'm sure it would help all sort of amateur golfers or people looking to buy this putter. Obviously, it's going to help them benefit from alignment as well.
That is an interesting one. So why would they create a Hovland edition and not actually have the full line running across the back of the putter just like what Hovland has?
Yes.
I don't get that. However, for me personally, and we'll look at when we actually hit some putts with this putter, I do love this little line just on the rail there. I think that is just so nice. If I have my lines too long, I tend to start to get the putter to kind of close down a little bit too much. And that's just a personal preference for me. So this might suit my eye maybe a little bit better. But as Harry said, having a line all the way through the back is helping Hovland. So why are we not having that in this edition 100%. As well? Crikey, Harold, what else have we got?
We've got a few more points. I'm getting it off my chest.
Do it.
So I've got another little point. It's a little nitpick in here. The Ping logo at the back of the putter is quite small print. In his actual version, it's a lot more bold, a lot more chunky. Again, that's just a small point from me. I'm just nitpicking here. But I think it would be nice just to have something, again, a little bit closer to what he's actually using.
That is an interesting one.
It's an interesting...
Do you know why that they've probably made it slightly smaller? And
so it has got, you won't be able to probably pick this up on camera, but it's got Putting Lab design just below the Ping.
Printed in there. And a lot of old copper style putters or older putters always used to have a little bit of wording underneath that Ping anyway. Back in the day, it used to have like Arizona or where it was made, or the stamp number.
And the stamp number, Correct.
But if you see any tour player, so Harry's now wearing, I don't even know what top that is that he's wearing there. What is it?
Ping.
It's a Ping top, right? Okay, so there we go. Maybe that's in keeping with what's going on here. But if Harry was a tour player and was out on TV, if this was a Ping top and he was, let's say, sponsored by Ping in massive bold print would be across his chest there, okay? And the reason for that is the camera. This here, for Hovland, when he's setting up behind that ball, from a camera point of view, they've probably made it bolder and bigger because purely they want the camera to pick up the fact that it's a Ping putter. Sells more putters. But again, you feel that buying a putter that is designed especially for him.
100%.
And is a special edition for you, you feel it should have been closer to it.
Closer to it, 100%.
Okay.
Right, on
tiny point, but a good one.
So on to the few last points. Okay, it's the shaft and grip.
Okay, what about the neck? Is it the same as his?
Same neck, so it's got a double bend.
And what is that double bend doing?
It's from a sort of stroke side of things. It's for a player that doesn't rotate the face as much. Okay, so it's a face balance. So when it's on its balance point, the face is pointing to the sky. Someone who has pretty much a straight back, straight through stroke, not a lot of face rotation.
Okay, so it's going to help those players. So that's a good fitting tool, really, isn't it, for lots of players?
100%.
So have we got a problem with the shaft and the grip?
So when I ordered this one, Ping actually said it was only available in a 34-inch.
That is the train just gone past.
So I tried to order it in slightly longer because myself, I'm 6'3", I'm quite tall. I want it a little bit longer, but I wasn't able to do that. So I think that just needs to be an option. To be able to either have that 33, 34, 35 or Viktor Hovland's actual length, which is actually a 36. So I just think it's a valid point that they should have had those options, especially for this putter.
But what about grip then? Surely the grip is the same?
No, Dan.
It's not the same either?
The answer is no, unfortunately. So they've put on just like a Pistolini sort of style grip, the PLD stamped on it in orange, just sort of a standard pistol grip. but it's not the one that Hovland uses.
But it's more traditional, like a ping grip, like historically
it's your standard sort of, historic, like you said, just sort of standard pistol ping grip.
But so what does he use then?
So he uses a counterbalance grip. Okay.
Because this is what, 34?
This is 34.
And he's got it at 36.
He's gone to 36, so he plays it slightly longer.
Yeah.
Grips it probably slightly down the grip, but he has a counterbalance grip on it.
Yeah, okay. So I remember he's got quite a bit of grip hanging out the top underneath him, hasn't he?
100%. And again, this is obviously to do with how he sort of his stroke is.
Yeah.
Trying to get that putter going back and through as smoothly as possible in terms of weight points. But I think, again, it's another valid point. It needed to have the exact grip that he uses, which I have one with me.
Oh, you found one?
I've got one.
Not in your back pocket, Harold.
I'm pulling it out of my back pocket.
There it is. He's got it in his back.
Okay.
There it is.
So this is the grip he actually uses, the counterbalance grip. As you can see, it's a lot longer.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you see, it's got a bit more weight to it, obviously to counterbalance. Okay, so it's actually from a company called Win.
Yeah. And that's the one he uses?
And that's the one he uses actually on his putter. So
do you think he's sponsored by Win as well then? Do you think that's probably a thing?
Could have been an option, but I'm guessing it's the option why they Ping haven't put it on this putter.
It'd be nice to have seen a collaboration, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
For this particular putter.
Exactly, yeah. There was always that option to have as well. So, like you say, I would have loved to seen that putter grip on this putter as well, to make it a bit more authentic.
So being as you've got one, what's your thoughts then?
So my thoughts are,
yeah,
because I'm probably going to use this putter down the line.
Are you? You're going to use it?
So my thoughts are I'm going to extend it.
Yeah.
So probably 36 inch, just to go the same as him.
Yeah.
And then just pop that putter grip on it to make it obviously a bit more authentic.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a shame that you've got to actually...
Sort of almost you're building yourself a club at the end of the day to make it more of a Hovland edition putter.
Yeah, okay. I get it, but I would like to see you hit a few putts with it because, you know, if it's going to go in the bag, we need to make sure it's right for you, Harry.
It's the wrong length to start with.
Well, there's that.
Little shove.
I think first things first is...
Hole one.
Stroke. Focus on the stroke. Yeah, you're definitely a straight back, straight through type of putter, aren't you?
So I don't try and rotate the face a lot.
No.
So I'm just trying to get that putter going straight back, straight through. Not too much face rotation. I feel like I've got to time it then.
Okay.
Rather than just keeping the hands almost a bit closed on the way back or the club face a bit closed and then brushing it on the way through.
It sounded like you hold one.
Hold one that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Feel though off the face, how does it actually feel to you?
So off the face,
yeah,
because I'm using actually a DS72 already.
Okay.
So it's the same one, but it's just the normal PLD. It's got a slightly deeper milled.
Oh,
so
is it?
As you said, it's a little bit probably softer off the face than this one. This one's
compared to that.
Yeah.
So it's a different material altogether, isn't it? Because this is obviously a
303.
A copper.
Stainless steel, yeah,
stainless
with that
steel, yeah,
sort of coating on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely, you can hear it. It's a little bit clickier off the face and a little bit firmer. So.
And do you like that, or do you prefer the softer feel?
So I don't mind it. It's not a massive difference.
Yeah.
I don't think really would a general customer know the difference.
Yeah.
But I can definitely tell it's just slightly.
Interestingly though, what golf ball do you normally use? What's your ball of choice?
So my ball of choice is Hendriksen Z-Star Diamond.
Well, the Hendriksen Z-Star Diamond is certainly a softer feel than what you're getting out of those Pro V1Xs.
100%. So that could be another reason why it feels a bit more clicky off the face. Yeah.
Okay, let me have a little go with it then.
Go on.
Let's see how we get on. So I think for me personally, Harry, I'm definitely the reverse of a putter compared to you. I like my putters to toe hanger fraction because I've got definitely more rotation. I use a Scotty Newport 2, which has got a little bit of toe hang. So when I get putters like this, which has got the straight face, should we say, and it points up into the sky, I tend to pull a lot of my putts. So for those of you out there that may be using a putter which has got a little bit of face balance on it, and if you tend to pull putts, then maybe consider looking at something that's got a little bit more sort of toe hang on it. It will just enable that putter, as you pull on it, to kind of almost like open up a fraction, and the opposite. So if you're a player that uses a toe hang putter, so if you just balance it on the finger at the balance point, let the putter kind of sit, you'll generally find toe hanging will kind of sit like this, and face balance will come up like this. If you're somebody that uses a toe hang putter and tend to push a lot of your putts, then maybe looking at something which is a little bit more sort of straight faced or face balanced might just actually help your stroke. Well, for me personally, I love the feel of that. I mean, yeah. I use a ball very similar to that Pro V1X down there, whether it's the Hendriksen version or the Pro V1 version. And for me, it feels pretty soft compared to, let's say, my Scotty Cameron, which is milled, but it does feel like it's got a bit more stability in the head compared to mine, because you've got a little bit more mass behind it. So it definitely feels quite nice off the face. Looks-wise, beautiful.
It's beautiful putter.
Absolutely stunning. And I understand what you're saying when it comes to the sight line on the back, but like I said, I prefer the sight line a little bit more. If you had the option to go for a sight line which was a little bit on the back rail, as on the back sort of part of the putter, would you go for that?
Yes, I would, because my one, or my model at the moment
has got it.
Got it. Yeah.
And has it got it on the rail as well?
Hasn't got it on the rail though.
Ah, right.
So they've almost done a little swap there.
Yeah.
So
I love it. I love the fact that it sits on the rail, because it means that you can get that line right up to the golf ball.
Yeah.
And for someone like me who 100%. Uses a line on the ball, getting that measured up to that actually really, really nicely works. Helps. Now, question I've got, is this going on to sale for the general customer? Is that available, or is that a special order?
So this is available. Only? So this is available online.
Yeah.
To the customer, and it's obviously stocked in many retailers. So they did a Hovland edition in the US a while back. Okay, so probably a few years ago, maybe a year, last year. Okay, but we couldn't get it in the Europe market. Okay, the Hovland version over there was a lot more closely made to his spec. Okay, so it came in quite a fancy box, PLD, Hovey on it. Yeah. And inside you would actually get the head cover that he uses. You would get, obviously, this putter, this colour scheme, obviously, but then you'd have that sort of centre line going right to the back.
Yeah.
You'd also have a bigger ping in the back slot. And you'd also get that face milling only in the centre, which was pretty much identical to what he sort of uses.
Really?
Yeah.
So that putter that you're talking about is actually available, and probably on a very small amount released, because if it came in a box in the same head colour.
Yeah, so the one in the US was released, like I say, last year, but it was a limited release. Okay. There was only 100 made.
Oh, 100, wow. Yeah. Okay, so they are worth a bob or two. So this is the one that's come to market. That's available for the general public to purchase.
And what I'm guessing is they had so much feedback from, say, the UK or Europe market, that they wanted this type of putter, that they've made sort of a putter similar that's going to go to market.
At the end of the day, I think it probably comes down to cost. You know, what does it cost to produce that putter that Hovland's got himself? What does it cost to produce something similar looking, but, you know, is that cost, you know, milling only in a certain section, does that cost a little bit more to make? Probably. You know, adding a line in the back of the putter is probably an extra cost. More ink fill, more cutting of heads, all of those sorts of things that go. And then the bigger font, again, that all costs more money to make.
Costs more money, but...
And the shaft length, which ultimately I suppose has to be cut, but... Again... Interesting though, isn't it?
It's interesting, but my still thoughts, if you're naming a putter after someone that plays on tour with this putter, it should be to near enough the spec that he plays. Which
I don't disagree with. And this isn't the first time that we've had releases that have gone, let's say, in America, but haven't been able to come over here because you couldn't get hold of one, could you?
I couldn't get hold of one myself.
No, you were trying to get one, but you had to have a US zip code for it to be sent to. So it was a little bit more difficult for a collector like yourself, who's a big Hovland fan, to get hold of that product. So Victor Hovland, if you are watching, send him one of your putters. I'm sure you've got a couple spare. Yeah. But all in all, it's a beautiful putter.
Fantastic. Yeah, it looks great. I think they're going to get a huge amount of interest with this putter. Yeah. And you'll see a lot of people playing it. Well,
there we go. That is an interesting video for you. This is not what I expected. It's only when Harry came in here today to talk about this putter, because he just got it out of the box. He was really excited about this putter arriving. Probably a little bit disappointed with the end result of what he's actually got, but he's going to make it work for his game.
That's it, 100%.
But I'd like to hear what you think about this PLD putter, the Hovland Special Edition version. Do you think it's fair that we've got a release of the Hovland Special Edition, but it's not actually the Hovland putter? I'd like to hear down there in the comments. And don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Big thanks to Harry, a big thanks to Ping, and we'll see you again very soon.